I want to welcome everybody to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports. I'm your host, Steve Perry, and coming off another fun-filled, jam-packed race weekend. I know it's hard to think middle of October and we still can have a fun-filled, jam-packed race weekend, but that's what happened this past weekend down to Thompson, Connecticut for the annual World Series of Racing event. And what a great time we had. Went down Saturday. 15 divisions in action, as you heard from Russ Dowd last week. Just so much happening down there. And, you know, if you had a car, you bring it, you probably found a home to put it in a division. And a couple of Mainers down there in action. You know, a lot of Maine race fans. Saw a lot of Mainers down there. A lot of Maine plates in the parking lot. And, you know, a lot of people came up and, you know, said hi, introduced themselves, talked about the show, talked about the race in there. And I really appreciate all the support from everybody, you know, surrounding Mainly Motorsports. But, you know, a couple of names that come to mind, recognizable names for you Maine race fans. Garrett Hall, driver of the Sports Series. I believe he was a point runner-up over there at Beechers at number 94. Him and Dennis, the entire team, made the trek down there, ended up running in the Outlaw Sportsman race, and did a really good job, you know, getting used to the big track. You got to figure Garrett runs on a 3rd mile track every week over there at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway, and now he's going to a 5/8 mile track where the speeds that he's never seen before behind the wheel of a race car. So, you know, he adapted very well, stayed out of trouble, ended up with a top 10 finish on Saturday night. So, you know, he's got to be real proud of his efforts making the trek down there to Thompson Speedway for the first time. And then, you know, Larry Gelinas, who's got as many laps around that track as anybody we know that drives a Pro Stock / Super Late model, you know, ran the Granite State Pro Stock Series on Sunday. And as you'll see later on in the episode, he didn't have a bad day. So, you know, it was nice to catch up with Larry and Scott Lamb and the entire team and, you know, talk about them. They were pretty excited to be there. You know, Larry didn't say this about a home court advantage, but I felt coming into the event between him and the point leader, Michael Sullivan, they both probably had the home court advantage. They both run a lot of laps around there, both track champions, former track champions from down there at Thompson Speedway. And so, you know, it was going to make for an interesting battle between the two of them. But we had a great time down there, saw a lot of friends, not only Maine people that support the show, but, you know, people from other parts of New England as well as, you know, down in the Carolinas. You know, spent probably a half hour on Saturday morning talking to Jerry Babb. And, you know, a lot of you people remember Jerry Babb, the famed number 3 from up at Oxford, you know, Pro Stock track champion up there, and I believe it was 1999, and, you know, then he made the trek south, and he's been working, you know, in some cup shops, some nationwide shops, and, you know, he settled in a, you know, nice little job down there. He's kind of oversees the whole race team. They run some developmental programs, so it was really nice to catch up with Jerry, you know, talk about the New England racing. You know, he still loves it. He still loves to tune into Mainly Motorsports, catch some highlights each week from wherever we are filming races, and, you know, see a lot of his old friends still doing it and, you know, finding success. So it was nice to catch up with Jerry. And then Sean Waddell, everybody is getting a little bit more comfortable and knowing Sean. He is the racing electronics rep, as far as I'm concerned, in New England. You know, he's based out of Connecticut, but, you know, he travels to the races. I know he was at some past races, some ACT races, follows the MRS tour, follows the Whelen tour. So really, he can take care of all your needs. And, you know, it was pretty neat to see him down there this weekend. And, you know, Sunday up in the scorer's booth, you know, spotter's booth, spotting for Ryan Priest, donning the Mainly Motorsports apparel, you know, and he brings a lot of attention to himself, so it's good exposure for us. I look at it as a positive. He thinks it could be a little negative sometimes, but it's a positive. So it was really a good time down there, and you know, so much fun, so many people, and you know, to be able to bring this to you and all the racing. I really got to thank Dave McGuire and Dave Stewart. I mean, Dave Stewart edits the show week in, week out, takes what I give him and molds it into something that, you know, hopefully is enjoyable for all you to tune in and see. And, you know, I know once in a while we have some glitches and some speed bumps and some hurdles, but Dave does a tremendous job, and everything he does. And then Dave McGuire spent the weekend with me down there, and, you know, up on the rooftop filming. And Sunday was pretty neat because Fox was filming to you know, the modified race, the Whelen modified race, and the championship battle. So they were doing their thing, and, you know, Dave was up there with some high dollar equipment with those guys, and you know, kind of, you know, getting the network stuff, so to speak, you know, the network talk. So it was a good time, and I really appreciate them. And, you know, if it wasn't for them and the efforts that they put in, we wouldn't be able to bring you this week's or any week's episode of Mainly Motorsports. So, a lot going on, a lot in this week's show, but it doesn't end here. I mean, there's so much down the road stuff that we have. The Northeast Motorsports Expo. I mean, we're almost into November, which then December, then January. So if you haven't received paperwork, make sure you contact me through email or text message, through Facebook. Follow along with us, and you can go to the northeastmotorsportsexpo.net website, get information there, see who's coming, see who's already signed up, and hoping to have some bigger announcements in the next couple weeks of some things we plan on doing, some people we plan on bringing in or trying to bring in. And the Pit Stop Challenge, the Last Chance Motorsports Pit Stop Challenge, that'll be taking place this year. Got some little wrinkles we're going to throw into that, so stay tuned and follow along with that, as well as the Mainleys. You'll start seeing within the next week or so, still trying to get the categories finalized, getting all the competitors nominated, and getting the Mainleys out there so you can have your vote there and be able to choose who you think is deserving in the 15 categories that we always put out there. So just lots going on, lots and lots. And then banquet season. You guys, be proud of your accomplishments. You champions, stand up there and, be on it. And, competitors, hey, we might have ruffled their feathers. We might not have got along sometimes. Might have tore up some equipment. But, show your support. I mean, there's only one champion in each division each year. And, honor those champions and, and honor the teams that work so hard to come out on top. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get right into some highlights and some action from Thompson Speedway.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
I'm Melinda. My husband Steve and I operate E-Keys for Cars in Saco. E-Keys is family-owned with over 20 years in the car key business. Need an extra key? We promise to provide the best quality at a good price. Walk-ins are always welcome with no appointment ever needed. You'll be in and out in minutes. And yes, E-Keys still handles emergencies. But why wait? E-Keys for Cars, Route 1 on the Auto Mile in Saco.
E-Keys for Cars.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 feature divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nell Car Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the NEMA Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road, Wiscasset. Online at Facebook and wiscassetspeedway.com.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by LKQ Corp. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Wiscasset Speedway, Maine's biggest and fastest, with $5 admission every weekend and loads of family fun. Check us out at wiscassetspeedway.com.
One of the nice things about a big race weekend at the track, similar to Oktoberfest, Past 400 weekend, 250 weekend up here, is the support divisions get to race in front of crowds that they normally wouldn't race in front of. So, that was pretty neat on Saturday to be down there, and some of the, the more entry-level divisions able to race in front of thousands of people, 10,000 people. I don't know what the grandstand side was on Saturday, but they had a really big crowd there at Thompson, and some really good racing, some battles, last lap passes, races not decided until the end, and that's what you always want to see, you don't want a snoozer. And so we put a little highlight reel together of some of the other divisions, that aren't your marquee divisions, so to speak, and show you some highlights of some of the racing and action and wrecks and things that took place on Saturday in the support divisions. So here's a little highlight piece from Thompson's support divisions on Saturday.
just anybody to seal coat your driveway or business this season, call Black Magic. They bring over 20 years of experience in seal coating and crack filling. Black Magic's skilled team makes sure the job is always done right, on schedule with quality workmanship at a fair price. Protect your investment in your driveway by getting it sealed with Black Magic.
Ooh, Black Magic.
My name is Scott. This is Devin. We're the owners of Black Magic Seal Coating. Let us earn your business today. You'll be glad you did.
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Now, one thing when we think of the Connecticut area, it's modified country. I mean, they run a couple of different divisions on a weekly basis at Thompson. You got Stafford, you got Waterford. Some of these guys travel track to track to track, and they run all 3 tracks and, you know, try to chase national points for the NASCAR deal. And, you know, so no shortage of modifieds down there. And the Volante Modified Series already crowned their champion at Lee. Rowan Pennick picked up the championship there, secured enough points. But didn't mean there wasn't a race still to be run and some other point battles to be decided. And, you know, they qualified and ran their main event, 75-lap race on Saturday night. And it was a good race right from the start. And some of the issues that have plagued that series, so to speak, this year, the tire saving and all that, I think they thought was a little bit in play, but it really wasn't. Thompson isn't as hard on the tires as, let's say, a Lee or a Beechridge. You know, the tight tracks, tight corners, short tracks. But so there was racing from the drop of the green, and really a great race, and you know, battles going on all the time, and you know, really enjoyed ourselves. And you know, so here's the highlights, and you'll hear from the winner, who's no stranger to victory lane. Maybe not on the Volante Modified Series, but just no stranger to victory lane when it comes to that state of Connecticut.
Pettit, how did you do it?
Yeah, we had to take the gamble there, and whether we had to get out front, just try to hold the lead, and the guys put a lot of pressure on me. Ted made me work my car pretty hard. Barrett, I knew he was saving right to the end, and when Junior on the radio started telling me 2 or 3 cars, I knew we had a shot at the end, but gotta thank this whole team, they're awesome. We have a lot of fun racing. Gotta thank John and Maynard Rafano for giving me an awesome race car. I gotta thank Pettit for the awesome horsepower under the hood. I gotta thank Wheeler's Auto, Maruso, the Bullet Performance Systems, and just this whole team. We have a lot of fun with them.
And you won Valente races at all 3 Connecticut tracks. How important is that to you?
Yeah, this is a great night, and Thompson's where we started. I gotta thank the Valente series. I gotta thank the Honig family for having us here. I gotta thank the MRS series and just everybody. They make the series a lot of fun.
And here's a man who made it fun tonight. Your winner in car number 68, Keith Rocco.
There you have it, Keith Rocco. Pretty much dominating fashion. I think he led just about every lap and, had a good car and, wins all kinds of stuff on the NASCAR Wheeling. Weekly series, challenges for the national championship. Like others like him before have won it up this way. Teddy Christopher and comes to mind. So really a good job, and he held them all off. Richard Savory, Tommy Barrett, Rowan at the end. So congratulations to Keith Rocco and everybody. And the successful 2013 season. We got some Mainers that are pretty heavily involved in that series. The Scott Tapley, who's the race director, Chip Pettingill. A lot of people still, as much as the modifieds have left the state of Maine, we got a couple of competitors, Josh Cantera, Jacob Dorr come to mind, that still compete weekly down to Star, but it doesn't, it's still got a big fan following. So a lot of people down there from Maine that were really looking forward to watching the modifieds, the Valente Modified Series, and they treated him to a great show. So we're going to take a break. We come back, we'll have some more race action and highlights from the World Series at Thompson.
Wiscasset Speedway is back, and we have the cure for your need for speed. Maine's biggest and fastest proudly presents 8 feature divisions, including Pro Stocks, late models, 4-cylinder Pro Stocks, modifieds, and more. Plus special features throughout the season, including the Nell Car Legends, the Wicked Good Vintage Racers, the NEMA Midgets, Enduros, and more. All this fun, all this excitement, all for just $5. Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road, Wiscasset. Online at Facebook and WiscassetSpeedway.com.
You don't have to wait until the end of camping season to get your best price. Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We're starting our end of season sale now. We have over 300 campers in stock and every unit is on sale, even the 2020s. Up to $16,000 off travel trailers, up to $30,000 off fifth wheels and motorhomes, up to $40,000 off toy haulers. Ask about our bi-weekly payment program to save you even more money. Financing available, trades welcome.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Our family has been in business since 1972. I'm Johnny Wolf. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. 21st Century Motors now offers low-rate credit union financing and first-time buyer programs. We have a large selection of vehicles starting at $49.90. Quality vehicles and guaranteed repairs. Come see why more than 50% of our business is repeat or referral. Visit us today on Route 25 in Gorham, Maine, or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
From our family to your family.
Mainely Motorsports, brought to you by
Scott's Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scott's Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scottsrecreation.com.
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
Well, everybody traditionally thinks is the modifieds being the fastest cars down there, and they are on a weekly basis, but when the ISMA modifieds, or ISMA super modifieds, I should say, pull into town, there ain't nothing any faster, and there ain't nobody on a consistent basis any faster than Chris Purley. And and it's funny, and it made me think when watching him, charge through the field, take the lead in the race, and the crowd that just goes nuts. Everybody just nuts. And it's weird because usually when, in my opinion, when that guy wins a lot or he is dominating as Chris Purley tends to be, they're looked at as the villain. You know, they have their fans, but they're the villain. You know, they're the guy that everybody wants to beat and the crowd doesn't like. You know, guy that comes to mind down there is Teddy Christopher. But it comes in the way that you do it. You know, obviously Teddy been known to use the chrome horn and do some of the things he does, ruffle some feathers, not worry about it. Whereas Pearly, you know, he doesn't do it. He wouldn't. You know, he just flat out beats you. And so it was a pretty interesting race to see. And you know, obviously, 20-something of those flying around there. I think they said he hit his top speed at close to 160, 70 miles an hour at the end of the straightaway in qualifying on Saturday. So, wow, just amazing. So enjoy these highlights, you know, hear from the winner. And Mr. Pearly was the dominating car, but didn't end up in victory lane.
Down to net. Well, he has climbed out of the car. What a fantastic finish for the driver of car number 17, Ben Seitz. And everybody surrounding him. Let's get into some clean air over here and talk to our winner, Ben Seitz. Well, Ben, it looked like you were relegated to a second place finish today. What happened at the end?
I don't know what happened to Chris. We had a real good car. His was just a little bit quicker than ours. But I'm happy one way or another. I feel bad for Chris. He had a real good car. Awesome car. Awesome. Good run, buddy. Yeah. But no, I'm real happy to finish the season off this way. My sponsors are here. Never won in a Super in Connecticut, so I'm real happy about that. It's my home state as far as racetracks are concerned.
Well, you won a lot of NEMA midgets in this state, but for the first time, a Super modified. Who are the people responsible?
I need to thank my sponsor, Sam LaRusso, and his whole family. They put this whole deal together. My car owner, Dickie Bean, we went through the whole motor last night. We had some problems in the heat race. I need to thank him, Brian Allegresso, for the setup stuff. I'm just super happy. My family's here. Everything's good.
Well, he ends the season in capital letters in car number 17, Ben Seitz. He joined the Vic Miller team this year, and he was able to win the championship. How about a hand for Liquid Lou Ciccone? To come in your first year for Vic Miller and to take that car to the title, what does it mean to you?
It means a lot, but it would have been worse if I didn't take it to the title, because these cars have probably the most titles at all the cars. So if I would have not made the title, I would have felt deficient.
So just another one of a long line of drivers who have won for Vic Miller. Were there any tough moments during the season that you had to bounce back from?
We had a lot of tough moments. We had a couple of DNFs from blown motors and stuff, but we were just mainly consistent all year, and that's what got us here.
This is your time to thank everybody who has made this championship possible.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Ed Shea for sponsorship, and Vic Miller for letting me drive the car. His nephew, the grandson for Stevie for working on the car, as well as Scotty and Leo and everybody else involved in the crew. It's without the crew, I can't do anything. And maybe I'll get lucky and I'll have you back another time.
Well, it wasn't just luck. It was great ability all season long for the driver of car number 71, Liquid Lou Ciccone.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle to factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's co-worker owners who understand the importance of protecting your valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Well, the Granite State Tour, I mean, they don't have any races in Maine, but it kind of tends that little bit of Maine flavor up here. And Maine competitor Larry Gelinas, you heard me talk about him earlier. Brad Babb, 2012 Pro Series champion at Beech Ridge, made his Granite State debut. It didn't last long, but he was pretty impressive for the short stay and really put on a good race. I think everybody was worried when they came out because they got pushed behind the Whelen Tour because of time constraints and TV stuff that was going on. But really, they did a good job. They should be proud of themselves. One little minor caution and then pretty much green to checkered the rest of the way. So it was good to see some pro stocks going around there at a big field of them, 20-something, close to 30 cars at Thompson Speedway. So enjoy these highlights, and you'll hear from the winner, who's no stranger to victory lane in Connecticut, as well as a lot of racetracks in New Hampshire and Maine.
Jeremy Davis able to roll away under his stock victory. A little home cooking for you today, Larry, and this car was stout.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised myself, you know. I mean, I didn't think I had the greatest car, but there was some really fast cars out there, and I took it easy, even leading like that. So, I mean, I was just praying there was no caution and that somebody was saving their stuff and nowhere to get it. But I want to thank Sunoco, the Honins, and the Granite State Tour is a great tour to race with all the great officials, and they run it really nice. And I've raced a lot of different tracks, a lot of places, and so it was a lot of fun to race with them, and a lot of fun to race at Thompson.
With your win here today, it puts you second in the championship standings, and running two different cars from up here, that's a good feat.
There it is. Now I want to thank Rolly Lindblad for giving me his car to drive at the beginning of the year, and I decided he was only going to race a few. I decided I'll keep at it with mine, and it turned out good.
Congratulations on your first win, second in the championship standings. Larry Gelinas, our winner here this afternoon. How about a big round of applause, your 2013 Granite State Pro Stock Series champion. Coming back home, Mike O'Sullivan. Mike, congratulations, a great run for second and picking up the title. Welcome back to Thompson.
Thank you. There's no place I'd rather be than home, and to come here and win the Granite State Pro Stock Series champion in 2013 is extra special. We won a lot of races here, and we learned how to race here. It makes it extra special, but I really got to thank everybody on the team first. Bob Phil, BFR Chassis, he puts a lot of time and effort in this, and he doesn't really get a whole lot back out of it except for his own satisfaction like we do. But I really appreciate his help and all his hard work. He builds great race cars and gives us good adjustments on race day. My dad, of course, Tom O'Sullivan Welding. My mom, my wife Abby, for putting up with all the time we are in the shop. My brother, he comes in here midway through the year, wins Rookie of the Year. He puts a lot of time and effort in this too. We have a lot of talks in our rides to work, and it makes a big difference. It's a special relationship we have, and I'm very proud of that too. Flamingo Motorsports, Teddy Bear Pools, everybody that chips in, Bobby, Foley, Mike, Alex, Jimmy, Finn, everybody that helps out. I mean, Rickster, I hope I don't forget anybody, but it's extra special, especially the Granite State Pro Stock Series. Sunoco for the World Series here. Everybody that puts this stuff on, really proud to be the champion.
You raced out there, and Larry just kept pulling away from you. Was there anything you could have done if we had a late restart?
You know what? I was really praying the caution would come out. The brakes started to fade a little bit there, and I looked in the mirror. I had a little bit of security with my brother coming, but he's hungry too, so we're better off, not having the caution come out. We had a good car. Congratulations to Larry. He had a really good car. He deserves to win the race. We were probably a second place car, and I came home third. We got some special crew members too. Christopher, Zachary, Braden, Emma, Nicholas, everybody that comes, Grayson. The little boys come to the racetrack, our board, playing with their little Matchbox cars, but they hang in there too, so I appreciate all their help too.
All winter to celebrate. Congratulations one more time, our 2013 Granite State Pro Stock Series champion, Mike O'Sullivan.
We know Maine is hard on cars, so when your ignition won't turn or you lose your key, that just adds insult to injury. Why tow it? E-Keys for Cars technicians will solve your problem in your dooryard or at the mall and get you back on the road. AAA member? You should be. Your AAA locksmith coverage comes right off the bill. E-Keys for Cars, Maine's fast, affordable solution to your car key and lock problems. On the Auto Mile, Route 1, Saco.
E-Keys for Cars.
Our family has been in business since 1972. I'm Johnny Wolf. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. 21st Century Motors now offers low-rate credit union financing and first-time buyer programs. We have a large selection of vehicles starting at $49.90. Quality vehicles and guaranteed repairs. Come see why more than 50% of our business is repeat or referral. Visit us today on Route 25 in Gorham, Maine, or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
From our family to your family.
You don't have to wait until the end of camping season to get your best price. Hi, I'm Scott from Scotch Recreation. We're starting our end-of-season sale now. We have over 300 campers in stock and every unit is on sale, even the 2020s. Up to $16,000 off travel trailers, up to $30,000 off fifth wheels and motorhomes, up to $40,000 off toy haulers. Ask about our bi-weekly payment program to save you even more money. Financing available, trades welcome.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Season Synthetic. See them for all your AMSOIL product needs.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations. Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Welcome to Mainly Motorsports.
To order a copy of this show, send a check or money order for $15, including shipping and handling to Mainly Motorsports, 2 Main Street, Suite 17-103, Biddeford, Maine, 04005. And please add the show number in the description of the show.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and we're not going to be able to show you much from the Wheeling Modified Tour because it is a TV deal. You'll be able to see the race later on in November, the entire race, but we can show you some highlights and hear from the winner and the champion. But I'll tell you, they started the day off in my books by doing all the right things. And you know, you see these awards that are given out sometimes or passed out, and you kind of say to yourself, not all the time, but sometimes, really, why? And but they gave out 2 very special awards, which they do at the last race every year, the Smiley Waterman Award and the Sonny Richards Award. You know, they go to a driver that different criteria, so to speak, but it really all falls into one category. You know, just a person, I shouldn't say a driver, a person that just, you know, means to that series, or you know, is given back to that series. And the recipient of that was a guy that I met when I went down to New Hampshire Motor Speedway in July with Jacob Dorr. Jacob had problems in practice, tore up the right front, was having some issues trying to get it repaired. And you know, the guy that was parked right next to us, you know, hauls in an old ramp truck, isn't a threat to win. You know, has made 290, almost 300 starts, and has a handful of top 10s. No wins, no top 5s, a handful of top 10s. But he's there every week. He's willing to give everybody a helping hand. And like I said, just met him in July at New Hampshire. Saw him a little bit down in Connecticut. You know, just great guy. And for them he was the recipient of both award winners, and that's Wade Cole, the driver of the number 33. And I don't think there was a more deserving winner of an award as it was with him when I listened to the criteria that they were looking for and how they determined the winner. And you know, after seeing him in July and helping out the whole Dorr racing team with, you know, the problems they had encountered, and really putting his race team on the back burner to make sure Jacob and those guys got everything back together and were able to get out there and make a qualifying effort and be a part of the race. It just shows the type of individual he is. And so, you know, they hit it right off the bat. They did a great job with honoring him, and then, you know, to the race. And you know, there was a championship battle still to be decided. But you know, Ryan Preece had a pretty comfortable lead, and Doug Kobe had problems right off the bat, and you know, kind of gave Ryan that cushion he needed, and he raced for the win. He didn't, you know, he literally raced for the win. He didn't back into a championship. But you know, the guy that was crowned the champion last week at Star in the Valente Modified Series also runs the Whelen Tour. You know, came out of there and ended the 3-year drought and picked up the win, and that's Rowan Pennick. So, you know, hear what they have to say about their days, their seasons, and see some highlights from the Whelen Modified Tour that put on a great race down there at Thompson this past weekend.
For you here today, you kind of laid back, and then in the closing stages of the event, just jumped to the front and ran pretty much uncontested.
Yeah, we've had so many good cars racing here at the past few years, and pit strategy and cautions that never fell our way. And today we pitted a little bit earlier than some people, and it finally fell right for us today. We were able to have a great pit stop, get out in front of a bunch of people, and bring this thing into victory lane.
You know, restarts play such an important part in an event like this. What was going through your mind on that last restart?
Just not get wrecked, and so we could be there, you know, when it came down to the end, and try to do that and gain spots as well, but worked out for us.
Did you really think you had something to offer up to Ryan, or was it just a toss-up at that point?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan had a real fast car, so was the 4, and we just were able to overcome with the 93 today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move down to Victory Lane, where our champion is climbing out of the race car. This is what we call a celebration. Okay. Ryan, I'll tell you what, you won that one and you celebrated in style. Congratulations. It has to have been a tough couple of weeks for you.
How can you not celebrate in style with my best friends, the Membrinos, with me? But there's a lot of emotions going on. I can't thank my girlfriend, my family, my car owner Eric, all my sponsors, East West Brian, Diversified Metals, R&B Enterprises, Bob Bruno Racing Engines, Racing Electronics, Sunoco Race Fuels for helping out in this event. The Honeys for having it here. This was awesome. It's awesome to see a great, stands full of people, and I'm sure it's going to sink in even more later when I have a good Coors Light with my buddies.
Ryan, all you had to do was finish 22nd or better. And we sat up there watching you lap after lap, duking it out with some of the best. And I mean, not throwing caution to the wind, but boy, you were driving the wheels off of this race car. What was going through your mind? Did you want to preserve the championship, or did you want the win?
A little bit of both, but we had a really good car. I can't thank Sly enough, and we're definitely making strong steps forward, and we definitely had a really good car, and just things didn't work out our way, but the championship, the big picture did. And that's what it's all about. We race all year long for this big crown at the end, and now I get to have a nice trophy in my room along with a grandfather clock and everything else, so it's awesome. It's just amazing right now.
Brian, we're going to invite the Vice President of Regional and Touring Series for NASCAR, George Silverman, in. And George is going to probably show you that you're going to need to do some renovation on your house, because the trophy is not something you put in the average bedroom, so congratulations. We'll see if we can get George to step in. And it looks like we've got to get some people moved back here so that we can get the trophy out to make that official presentation to you. But Ryan, it's been a long season. You've had success after success. There was a period there where it was back-to-back-to-back wins, and then things started to go sour for a couple of races.
Yeah, but that's what makes a strong team. We never fell apart, and we kept digging, and we won this championship. That's what we set out to do. It's been a phenomenal 2 years with Flamingo Motorsports. Second last year to Doug. He's a great guy, and to win the championship this year, it's just it's really amazing, and I don't even know how to describe it. Everybody keeps asking me, what are you going to feel? I couldn't tell them because it wasn't over yet, but right now I can tell you there's a lot of emotions going on right now.
There has to be. You not only are the youngest person ever to win a Modified Tour Championship, but to do it in the style that you did it, do it with class, do it with dignity. It says an awful lot for you as an individual, as a driver, and as a member of this team. So a hearty congratulations from everyone here on that accomplishment.
Thank you, but I wouldn't be the person I am today without all the people I have around me. My girlfriend, my family, my crew, and all my friends. I have a great support behind me, so I got to thank all of them too, my parents especially.
Okay, now we have moved the trophy in, and as you can see, you may need to do a little construction on your room if you want to put this in there.
I got some room for this. We can make some room.
All right, as the cup goes on top, now we'll once again ask George to come on in and make that official presentation to you. George.
Ryan, on behalf of everyone at NASCAR, we are proud and honored to crown you as our 2013 NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour Champion. Huge chunk of hardware for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me in this division. I got Butterfingers.
I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle the factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's co-worker owners who understand the importance of protecting a valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Servicing differentials is virtually impossible. The confined space makes fill holes difficult to reach, and industry-standard conical bottles are rigid and hard to squeeze. That combination makes for a messy job. Plus, you can't get all of the gear lube out of the bottle, so you have to buy more than you need to complete the job. And engineering your own solution only results in disaster. Not anymore. Introducing the new AMSOIL Easy Pack. Easily access hard-to-service differentials. Easily squeeze out all of the contents. And easily stay clean while you do it. No more leftover fluid or inconvenient rigid bottles. No more trouble reaching difficult fill holes. No more mess. AMSOIL Severe Gear in the new Easy Pack. The solution to all your problems.
Another first from AMSOIL. For a stocking dealer nearest you, call toll-free 877-761-8375 or visit fourseasonsynthetic.com.
Well, race season may be over for most. You got the Halloween Howler coming up this weekend at Star Speedway, and still a couple point battles to be decided. And Slammin' Sammy Peabody, right from Springvale, Maine, is going for the championship in the Strickleys. He's second, but he's close enough where he can make it happen. So you're looking to still do a little racing, go down and support Sammy and their whole race team, Katie and the whole group, as they try to bring another championship from another track back to the state of Maine. So good luck to Sammy. And the Howler is just one of those fun events. We have Motor Mayhem at Oxford, Days of Destruction at Beech Ridge. That's the same type of event, and it's been going on for years. And they pack the people in, so you want to get there early if you want to stay for the event. Enduros, you can go to Star Speedway's website and get all the information and all the classes. Big gun shootout for you guys, the mud run enthusiasts up there at Oxford Dragway. Huge event going on up there this weekend, so chance to go up there. And then for the racers, flea market season starts, and the first annual Tom Mayberry Flea Market over at Oxford Plains Speedway Saturday and Sunday. You can show up Friday for your preferred spots and go to their website, oxfordplains.com. More info, vendor space, vendor pricing, or you can call 539-8865 and get all the information you need. So that starts the first of 3 weeks in a row for the flea markets. The following week, Thompson, week after that, Lee. So chance to sell some stuff and maybe upgrade some of your stuff on your race car or your race team, or maybe you want to sell your whole race car and race team. You decide that you've had enough. So your chance to do it, your first chance to do it this week over to Oxford for Tom Mayberry's first annual flea market. So I hope you guys all enjoyed the footage that Dave McGuire shot and Dave Stewart put together for you with Dave McGuire from Thompson Speedway at the World Series of Racing. And if it's something you haven't experienced, campers everywhere. It's just something that if you're a race fan, you put on your bucket list. You know what? Maybe I can't go every year, but it's something I have to try. Just like Oktoberfest, 250, all those events. So we hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Mainly Motorsports, and we'll be here next week, right here on Mainly Motorsports.